If you look around, these paddocks might seem a little different from the traditional pastures you're used to seeing on a farm. That's because here at Ellenbank Smart Farm, we're rethinking how we grow feed for livestock. Our research into multi-species pastures is changing the game for farmers, livestock and the environment. Instead of just one type of grass like perennial ryegrass, multi-species pastures combine grasses, legumes and herbs. And that diversity can bring big benefits. These pasture mixes can offer greater productivity, reduced reliance on nitrogen fertiliser and better resilience to dry summer conditions. There's a lot of research behind multi-species pastures, but so far most of it's been done overseas. Our research will provide Australian farmers with a solid evidence base for what works best in our climate. Through trials and testing, we're perfecting the approach, which species to include, the right balance of grasses, legumes and herbs, and how much synthetic nitrogen fertiliser can be reduced while keeping pastures productive. We're combining field trials, animal grazing studies and economic analysis to understand how these systems work best and what the impact will be on farm. We're also measuring how the multi-species swards affect soil health and structure, biodiversity and livestock emissions. Early data is showing many benefits, such as flowering plants for pollinators and some species that may reduce methane emissions. These pastures have shown promising results that may help farmers adapt to the climate variability we're experiencing now. For example, the herb species are very deep-rooted, meaning they can access moisture from deeper in the soil to keep growing feed through tough summer dry periods. And importantly, this can all still be done while maintaining high pasture yields and with lower inputs necessary.
The research we are doing on these pasture mixes isn't just happening here at the Ellenbank Smart Farm. We're working with partners across the region to test the systems on their properties.
When Ellenbank approached us to do a trial on the farm, we were interested in seeing what other different species could do and how they would grow on our farm. I suppose doing the trial has allowed us to probably get some proper data. We can see how many tonnes each plot is going to produce, how persistent it's going to be, and have a third party do the measurement. I think it's given us quite a bit of optimism as to how we can plant crops on different species in winter or very late autumn, whereas previously we've always tried to establish our chicory and legumes in late spring, early summer. Now we realise we can probably plant them at different times of the year as well.
This is just one story, but it shows how research and science can have real-world impacts for farmers. If you want to learn more about multi-species pastures, get in touch with the research team at our website.